All right, welcome everybody to the Star Wrestlecast. I'm Travis. That is Dave. What's going on, Dave?
Hey, not much. How you doing, Travis?
I'm good, man. All right, we are here to talk about what else the Clash in Italy, which is this Sunday, 2 p.m. our time. You're on the East
Yep.
Coast, so nice and early. You can actually go
I
do.
have to. Right. It'll be nice finishing up a PLE and having the rest of the day to get done whatever you want to do, as opposed to literally having to block out an entire 12-hour time frame. Now, don't get me wrong. I love AEW pay-per-views, and Double or Nothing was amazing, but oh my god,
I mean, they should
I
just do their shows on Saturdays if they're going to be that
yeah.
long.
If
On
if
Saturdays,
you're gonna do them that long, do them on Saturdays.
yeah.
I fell asleep literally the last like 10 minutes of the Darby MJF match. I fell asleep. I just did. So I had to go back and watch it the next morning.
Yeah, it's a damn good match, and they had a damn good Dynamite also this
Oh
week,
yeah,
and a Collision.
AEW's on fire, man.
Yeah, they really are. All right, but we're here to talk about Clash in Italy.
Yes,
Five matches on the show, all of them rematches. Every single one of
yeah.
them is a rematch, so it ain't nothing fresh.
It's like this is Backlash Part Two.
It feels like Backlash. It is like Backlash. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. All right, so we're gonna make our predictions for this show. I'm expecting it because it's a 5 match show. I'm expecting it to be eventful. So, like, I think
I
things are
hope so.
happen, to make up for
Yeah,
the fact that it's a small show in Italy, a place that they don't have shows like this that often. So,
yeah. Backlash, if I remember correctly, Backlash was very uneventful. I don't think there was much to it that shocked any of us. So I think you're right. I think we're in for a couple surprises.
yeah. All right. So I just had the card up. Where'd it go? It just
I got it
totally,
if you don't.
totally disappeared. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm right. Okay, so first match of
Yep.
the night, which I think is going to be on ESPN. Just Oba
Yeah,
Femi
first
versus
hour.
Brock Lesnar. A rematch from their match at WrestleMania, which Oba Femi crushed him. Then Brock Lesnar promptly retired. Came back about a week ago or whatever. I know, retired. Came back about a week ago saying that he was beaten so bad that he just up and left, and he actually thought he was going to. And it all sounded like there's a folded up TKO check in the back of his pants, and like they had just paid him
Yeah,
like in gorilla, like just go out there and say something. That's what
exactly.
it felt like.
We need this match. Just go here. Just go do something.
Just make
Yeah,
up anything. They don't. We don't. The audience won't care. They're just going to care that you're there. They're not. It doesn't matter what your reason is.
the
I,
story up until the WrestleMania match was fine. The story post WrestleMania has been just disjointed and ridiculous,
yeah, and
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 they need
we
to figure out.
we had this horrible, open challenge, which made no sense to have open challenge. Whenever I see somebody like Oba Femi do like an open challenge where the only people they ever face are like one half of a tag team, like every week, it reminds me of when Aleister Black was doing the "Someone come pick a fight with me" phase of his
Mhm.
career in WWE when he's
Yeah,
like he spent literally months in a dark room like begging for people
yeah,
to challenge him. I was like, don't they have people that like make matches for you? Like, isn't that their job? Like, isn't that what the
that's
GM is supposed to do? Like, make
exactly.
matches for you? Like, why doesn't he just put you in a match? Like, I don't
You're
get
paying a general manager.
it.
You're paying a general manager to do the damn job.
Right. It's
Exactly.
like you
I
got a
mean,
guy who's hiding in a closet on your
yeah,
roster and you're paying him. It's like, put
yeah.
him in a match. Like, what is this
I
crap?
mean, it's one thing if you're a champion and you say open challenge. Whoever thinks they can beat me for this belt, come do it.
Right.
Fine, I dig that. That's fine. But to have someone who doesn't have a title, who's never had like Oba Femi and even Aleister Black, I don't think at that point had a meaningful feud to say, come fight me. That's just complete lack of creative
Yeah, so
and
bad.
a cheap way out. Like if your goal with this Oba Femi challenge was to get Brock Lesnar back there, it's stupid because you could have had him do the exact same thing. Oba Femi just coming out and facing, one member of the War Raiders.
Yeah.
You didn't need the Oba Femi Open Challenge. I
Yeah.
mean, you've seen him run roughshod through everyone else. Who in the right mind is going, I'm going to go out there and go fight him because I'm going to beat him? No, everyone knows you can't beat him.
Yeah.
So it was stupid. I didn't like it. We talked about it.
Yeah.
I thought post WrestleMania he should have been involved in a meaningful feud.
Yeah,
to
you know my
show.
prediction. I predict that he was going to come out and challenge Roman Reigns the very next night. Instead, they
Yes,
gave us this Jacob Fatu feud with Roman Reigns, which we'll talk about later. But that whole thing felt like time wasting with between Oba
yeah,
Femi and Brock Lesnar just to get to this moment. Which
yeah.
I'm expecting if you're going to have this rematch, then you're telling us that we're going to have a trilogy of these matches. That's what this feels like.
Summer.
Which means to me, in some way, Brock Lesnar is going to win this match in some way, or it's going to
I
be a no
agree.
contest in some way.
Mhm.
I would almost be. I'm almost leaning towards it being some kind of no contest where they just get so into it that they brawl backstage and then we never see them again. And it's
Yeah,
like something
I know.
something
I agree.
unfulfilling like that is what I expect to happen tonight
I
or this
was
weekend.
because I've been trying to figure out how you would do that and keep Oba looking strong because you can't have him go out and have Brock squash him. Can't happen. It just cannot happen for Oba Femi. It doesn't. Everything up to this point will be completely wasted if he comes out and just loses within 2 minutes to Oba
And you
Femi.
can't have
So,
Brock
or
cheat
Brock.
like
Yeah,
roll him up or get some sort of cheap win. You can't have that either because that makes him look weak going into a
yeah.
third match that nobody will care about.
And you've never seen Brock win like that before. Everything has
No.
been decisive.
Yeah.
So I think you know what, I think you're absolutely right. I think we see them start in the ring. It goes a few minutes in the ring. They both get their licks in, and then it falls onto the outside, and maybe they do go into the back, and there's a double count out.
Yeah, the
Something like
ref
that. You're right.
throws the
It's going to
match
be
out.
yeah,
The ref's waving the match off. I can see it now. I can see it
exactly,
already.
exactly. Or they just start. They start on the they start on the ramp before one of them, whoever comes out second, even gets in. They
Mm.
keep going for 5, 6, 7 minutes. The refs are like, "Oh yeah, it's over, it's over, it's over," and that sets up SummerSlam, which is in
SummerSlam
early August, right? It's
in
early August
Minnesota
this year
in Brock's hometown in Minnesota,
in
um,
Minnesota.
where he'll
That's
probably
the
lose
key.
and actually retire.
Yes, and that's the thing. I think if it wasn't, I would be less inclined to say this is a trilogy or this is going to end the way we've just set it up if SummerSlam wasn't in Minnesota, but everything points to Brock's last match in Minnesota at SummerSlam. So I think you're right. I think we see a non-finish sets up the third match. We don't see Brock for a month and a half. He comes back with 2 weeks before SummerSlam, does the same thing, and here we go.
Yep, I
So
agree. I agree. All that sounds really terrible. But I think the
it
first
really
it
does.
does sound really lame.
It doesn't do Oba Femi a lick of good.
Nah,
It does him
not
no
going to come
good
out
to
of this
do
looking.
this.
He's not going to come out of this looking strong. It's not. That's not what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The first match of the show that's going to be on the actual card. I feel like the Brock Oba is like the 0 hour card, like on like AEW. But the first match of the night they've already announced is going to be Cody Rhodes versus Gunther for the undisputed
Oh,
WWE Championship. That's going to kick off the main show. Um, I'm I have not really been into this feud.
no.
Gunther moving over to SmackDown because of this agreement he made with Paul Heyman. Which I mean, if you just go to the origins of it, it doesn't make sense because the agreement was that Paul Heyman would whatever do something for him, but it was Gunther. Who would he be? He beat Seth Rollins for them, right?
He beat him or attacked him from
Faced
behind. I think
he faced Seth Rollins at WrestleMania for them, and the agreement that they
yes.
made was that he would get moved over to SmackDown and have a championship match with Cody Rhodes. But then he gets over to
Yeah.
SmackDown and then he whines about the match that he wanted that he was getting for weeks
Yeah.
and wouldn't sign the
Yeah.
contract. So none of it made any sense. And even if you just looked at it from the Seth Rollins perspective, you had Gunther come out here and beat him. Gunther beat him only because because Braun Breaker interfered.
Yeah.
interfered. So
Yeah.
it's like it should have been fulfilled anyway. The whole thing is just bad. It's just
Once
bad.
again, this is the second match in a row we've talked about here where it's been bad storytelling.
Yep.
And I agree. Like, if you wanted him to take on Cody, there were better ways to get him over there. I mean, the whole brand separation thing is such a joke at this point. You have Cody come out and say, "Oh, who's next?" Or well, maybe not who's next because then God knows Goldberg shows up. But say, what's next for Cody or something, and you have Gunther show up. Like, there's so many better ways to have done this than this stupid Paul Heyman now owes me another favor nonsense. Like, they need to get rid of that right away. I think
We're
the
talking
match will
about
be
somebody who
fine.
needs a break from TV for a while. Is Paul Heyman?
That is 100% true. The minute the vision fell apart with Seth's injury and Brock's injury, or Brock with Braun's injury, he should have taken a step back and said, you know what?
Yeah,
Too much Paul Heyman on TV.
yeah.
Sorry, Austin. Sorry, rest of the division. It's time for, and we do need a break from Paul Heyman
Yeah, just like
because he's
wrestlers
now,
need to go away so they can be refreshed and people can miss them for a while. Paul Heyman has been such a presence on WWE TV for so many years, but he doesn't take any breaks. He's just there. And it's like,
yeah.
God, they've lost the plot with him so many times at this point. I'm just kind of like, and I love Paul Heyman to death, but it's just like, I just kind of want him to
I
go
mean,
away for like a year. Just go away for like a year and like be part of
yeah.
creative and then come back and write yourself back in
Oh,
after like a year or something.
fix that.
Jesus
Yeah, I
Christ.
think after the WrestleMania triple threat match, he should have gone away. After he helped Seth win, he should have gone away.
Yeah.
Come out the next night on Monday. This is why I did it. Blah blah blah. Maybe have Punk or Roman whoop his ass, lay him out, and you're right. He goes away for a year, and then comes back in a much more meaningful way.
Comes back as
Um,
Jacob Fatu's manager.
sure,
That's
that
what I
would
would
make
do.
sense.
That's what I would do. And
Yeah,
and have him
why
lead
not?
Jacob Fatu to defeating Roman Reigns and taking over as head of the table. That's what I would do.
Yeah,
But in regards to this
yeah. I mean, that all
match,
soun't great.
yeah, that seems like a better. That means they won't do it because it sounds like it would actually be good and get over, so they won't do it.
Well, of course.
Um, in
Yeah,
regards to this match, though, I mean, though I'm in terms of like what about expecting surprises. I think we see the return of CM Punk in this match, and I think he
yeah.
helps.
Okay.
I think he helps Cody win because they've
Yeah,
already set up CM Punk versus Cody. They already
yeah.
teased it before he went away for a while to do whatever. Um, he looks different too. If you look at him recently, he looks different.
I haven't.
So I think
Does he?
yeah, he looks a little different. So he's
Has he
clearly
cut the hair? Because that
he's a,
hairdo was not working for a guy named CM Punk. I'm sorry. The generic soccer dad trying to be hip haircut was not working for Punk.
yeah. I
Like I
think
get maybe he's covering up a bald spot, but he's not one of those guys who looks bad bald. He's been bald before.
right.
Punk
I
has
mean, I
been
kind of
bald
wish we would go
before.
back to the skinned head type look. I wish
Yeah,
we could go back to that, honestly. Look, make himself look a
yeah,
little bit younger too, for Christ's sake.
absolutely.
Um, he just looks super old. But yeah, I think he shows up in this match. Maybe distracts Gunther, helps Cody win. Cody been getting a lot of distraction wins lately.
Yeah,
Beating Sami Zayn twice like that in the exact same way in like the past month.
yeah,
But I think he gets one
I,
more today this
yeah,
weekend against Gunther, and then they start setting up CM Punk versus Cody maybe for SummerSlam.
yeah. That would make sense. I mean, that's a solid marquee main event style for night one or night two. You know. Um,
Yeah.
so but then what is that? Does that mean if he distracts and if he allows Cody to win, does that mean he and Gunther have a bit of a feud for the next month and a half? Maybe that's the at it culminates at the Saturday night's main event, Square Madison Square Garden. That'd be a solid match for that.
Possibly.
So
Or Gunther
yeah,
just goes back to Raw and acts like nothing ever happened.
yeah. Hey, don't worry about everything we just did for 2 months.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they do with him anyway. And just moving back to Raw. Quietly moving back to Raw.
He
So
shows up. Yep.
or they put him in the King of the Ring, which starts next week. They put him in the King of the Ring and he does well on that or something.
There you go.
You know.
That would be a solid way to just forget everything that just happened, put him in there, and
Make him look strong.
I'm thinking he wins that if they put him in that.
Make him look strong. It seems like
Yep.
they really want LA Knight to win this, but we'll see. I know, man. I don't like that idea either. All right.
I mean,
Next
the
match.
pro the
Rhea
promos that would
Ripley.
come out of that would be fine, but what does that do for LA Knight or King of the Ring? It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, give him something to that he can, boast about. I guess because he ain't winning no
Woo.
titles right now. Um, Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. I mean, to me, this feels like Rhea Ripley wins it still, but
Yeah,
honestly, I don't know. This is a no-win scenario here because if Rhea Ripley wins, I have no idea what to do with Jade after that.
yeah.
If Jade wins, where the fuck does Rhea Ripley go after that? I mean, she just won the title. just moved over to SmackDown with it. What did she do? I mean, I don't know. This
Uh,
isn't a good scenario in my opinion.
I mean, if Jade wins, I think it's because of Mia Yim and BFAB, right? BFAB, yeah.
Yep.
There's definite outside interference. It's definitely not a clean win. So then that extends the feud. Maybe that goes to the Saturday's main event, or that goes to SummerSlam, which I don't want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think we see a Rhea win, and maybe they move Jade somewhere else. Maybe move Jade over to the opposite
To
brand over to
evolve, you
SmackDown.
move Jade over to evolve.
That's where she belongs. Learn how to do your job, girl. Um,
I feel like if she
maybe
loses, if Jade loses, she's got to split up from BFAB and Mishin because he's done nothing
yeah,
but lose. This is partially because of the interview I did with her, where I asked her specifically about that. I was like,
yeah,
you just joined this group, you just made this group with these two, and the first thing you did was lose. And she was like, I know, right? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, well, I can't be hanging around losers. And I was like, all right.
yeah. He could be right. I mean, that could be maybe. I mean, let's be honest. Okay, so Rhea wins, and the other two of them turn on her. Who wants to see Jade Cargill versus those two? Like Jade Cargill and who
There's
in
nowhere for her to
a
go
tag
after
feud?
that because
Yeah,
at least with
there's
Rhea, like JC Jane is waiting in the wings, you know,
yeah,
or Lash Legend or somebody. There's people for her to face. I don't know who Jade faces as champion. I mean, Tiffany Stratton's already got the U.S. gold. It just doesn't see who else. Who's else is
yeah.
a baby face? Who else on the women's roster on SmackDown is a baby face?
Good question. I don't know.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I don't
I
know
don't
either.
even know who's on what roster anymore. To be frank with you,
I mean, that's a good point too. I mean,
I just don't even know who's on the roster.
I don't know who the other babyface that she could face would be.
Well, it's that okay. That could be the problem, or that could be the thing. She loses, they turn on her. She goes babyface, which does not work for Jade Cargill. Jade is a babyface, doesn't work. She needs to have the attitude, the I'm better than you attitude. But I could see them flipping it. Maybe she finds a partner, feuds with those two for a week or two, and then they go after whoever her and her partner are and go after a tag title.
They need
Now,
they
who her partner
kind of
would be, I
need
don't know. I feel like it'd be one of those thrown together WWE style tags.
they kind of need Meechin and BFAB to turn babyface again. Like go back
Yeah,
because there's just not enough opponents. There's not enough opponents for this is why they need to end this brand split anyway,
yeah.
and just merge the rosters. I
You
mean,
can
yeah,
you can have you can have the two separate shows and have exclusive but not exclusive people to each show. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, say you
yeah,
keep the champions there, and you have people you want to keep on, but still allow them to move between the shows if necessary. To have a complete brand split is silly in this day and age when they
yeah.
so easily
It's
move.
really
They
ridiculous.
they continually have to come up with some contrived BS to move someone over to another show.
Yeah, it's
So
ridiculous. I mean,
yeah,
I feel like I refer to my WWE 2K26 universe quite a lot on this podcast, but on my but I every time I do it because I've been playing those games for 20 years or whatever, and it's just like I always set it up the way I would set up the WWE if I had control. I have one
sure,
world champion across both Raw and SmackDown. All the world champions are both on Raw and SmackDown, and they
yeah,
each show has its own like exclusive title. Like the Intercontinental title is exclusive to Raw, and the U.S. title is exclusive to SmackDown. So everybody has titles to go for, and then there's like a third tier singles title, like the TV Championship on Raw, or the European title on SmackDown, or something. So
yeah.
that everybody's got stuff to do, and nobody feels like they're just not doing anything. So everybody's got stuff to vie for. And I don't know why WWE doesn't just do this, but the brand split has long since had its expiration date, and it's just like it's
Oh my
gotta
gosh,
stop.
yeah,
It's gotta stop.
yeah.
This is the reason why. So
Definitely. I agree. I totally agree. World champion should be world tag team champion, women's world champion, men's world champion should encompass both brands, and then you have the secondary titles be exclusive.
yeah,
It allows you so much more storytelling opportunities
yeah,
and far less confusion. Far less confusion because
yeah.
who remembers where the Intercontinental title belongs? Who remembers where the U.S. title belongs? Who is there? There is only one women's tag champion, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Remember,
good.
there used to be an NXT Women's Tag Team title, but then they realized,
Yes.
wait, we've got like two women, so it's like we can't, we
We gotta
can't
get
do
rid
that.
of
We have like no
this.
women's tag teams, so they got
Yeah.
rid of it. And so technically, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions can wrestle on NXT as well, although they almost never do.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand why they don't do that more often. I mean, I'd love to see Paige and Brie versus, say, Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray. Like, I would love to
Sure.
see that match. I mean, I'll watch anything with Kendall Gray, but because she's better than just about everybody on the roster, including the main roster. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
But
She's good.
yeah. So I mean, I would love to see more matches like that. In fact, they should do them. But whatever.
I agree. I
WWE.
mean, to send two veterans down like that would definitely help the younger kids in NXT. And I mean, you know, Bria and Paige are going to win, but you know what? You put on a good match and
Yeah.
you let your younger kids show off, you know, and then it's viable when they come up. They've already faced
Exactly.
tag team champions.
Exactly. Exactly. So what's our official predictions for this one? Rhea, who you
Oh,
got? Rhea or Jade?
I'm going with Rhea on this one.
Me too.
I just don't see the advantages to Rhea losing.
Yeah, I almost think they would do a no decision on this one too, almost. But I don't
I
think they will.
mean,
I don't think they will. I don't think they'll have two of them in one show. That would be
I don't. This match needs it less than Brock and Oba Femi
right.
does.
True.
You know,
Definitely true. All right. God, this match. Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruca for the Intercontinental Championship. This one's got a lot to make up for. We have
yeah.
shit on that Saturday night's main event match enough. But if this match
Oh
is
yeah.
bad, then they've got to completely reevaluate what they're doing with Sol Ruca. I mean, they need
Oh,
to do that
absolutely.
anyway, but they might need to reevaluate whether or not she's ready to be on the main roster, and that's sad because she's very talented.
Yes, totally agree. That debacle on Saturday night's main event was insulting to everyone who tuned in,
I'm more
and
insulted by
insulting to
the
the
people I
performer.
saw trying to defend Sol Ruca like she didn't do nothing wrong. That's the thing that was
Yeah.
pissing me off about it. And I saw a lot of guys who honestly probably just think she's hot. Like, oh, well, this wasn't Sol Ruca's fault. It's like, I mean, it's literally it's kind of everyone's fault in the ring. Like
Yeah.
Jessica Carter was out of position too. Everything was wrong, but Sol
Yeah.
Ruca was definitely partly to blame too.
Oh, absolutely. And we broke it down. The soul snatcher, if she can't pull it off, she's got to change. She's got to change it because it's a dangerous move in the way it is.
Yeah,
Uh, I, I I think. Oh God, I think Saul takes it, and I don't think it's going to be a good match. I think Saul takes it. Saul takes it, and then they move Becky back into the title picture with is
that's a
it
good
Rhea?
call.
I don't even remember who the hell is she supposed to be with. I don't know what
Well, I mean,
brand
Liv
she's.
Morgan's a champion right now on
Oh,
Raw.
okay, so it's Liv. It'll
So
work. But once
yeah,
again,
yeah.
she, she's Becky Lynch. Why not just have her show up on SmackDown with Rhea? You know.
That's
So
another problem with that. I'm kind of wondering if you do that, if you have Sol Ruca win, where does Becky go? Like, does she go to? You say she goes back into maybe the world title picture, but with Liv there, it doesn't seem like the right spot for her unless she turns babyface, which could happen. That could happen. Becky has been known to kind of swap back and forth lately, so that could happen. And said I wouldn't mind seeing Liv versus Becky Lynch with a babyface Becky. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
that
Um,
would be solid. I don't think it's a match. That's a matchup we've seen with any sort of extended feuds.
I
So it'd
don't
be
think so either.
relatively fresh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I wouldn't mind seeing that,
Yeah.
but I actually think Becky wins this match, though. I actually think she wins, and I think part of it is because of the issues that we've seen over the last few weeks. I think WWE is going to be hesitant to pull the trigger on something like this
Yeah.
for Sol Ruca right now. But I think Becky takes it, and Sol Ruca's got plenty she can do in the meantime
Oh yeah.
until she's ready to be champion.
I agree. I just feel like they're going to pull the trigger on her.
Yeah,
Um, but I mean, your way makes absolute sense, especially after what happened at that main event. But I think they're just going to pull the trigger on Saul because that was the plan all along, and they can't really deviate from the path that's been written out for them.
I think Sol loses, and a feud with Natty is in her horizon.
uh, Natty is I was going to say NJF. Natty is the Miz of the women's division
Yes.
now.
Yes. Chris
Yep,
called that one for sure. Natty is kind of like the Miz of the women's
absolutely.
division, which is not great. Although Bailey's Bailey's kind of vying for that position too at this point. Kind of. She's.
Yeah, I mean, okay, and that speaks to the women's division and lack of creativity. You can have two people in that position. There's no reason. Bye, Travis. Um, there's no reason you couldn't. But that
It's
once
not bringing me
again,
back either. There we go.
no, I
It's
was
so
waiting for you.
weird that it does that. I need to figure out why it does
Yeah,
stuff like that.
that was crazy.
Like
If you're not watching on YouTube, you need to go watch on YouTube and
feel like
watch what
I'm
happened to Travis.
I feel like I'm
Um,
in Max Headroom and I'm like zooming into you.
yes,
I bet it's
and
weird.
it's just like a steady move, like you had a steady cam coming at you,
Yeah.
or you're going to it. So yeah, I mean, you effectively have two Miz's in the women's roster, and you really shouldn't have that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. All right, in the main event match, Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu, tribal combat for the World Heavyweight Championship. I will say this: uh, Roman's not wrong when he says that the man makes the belt,
Yeah,
because we talked about it like immediately after he won the championship. That all of a sudden this match, but before that, when they had just the match itself for WrestleMania between him and CM Punk, that this 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 participation trophy title that they made a few years ago that Seth Rollins was the first one to hold, remember? And that
yep,
made it feel even more like a participation trophy.
it really
Um,
did.
all of a sudden
It's
was the most important championship. Like
yeah,
it felt like it leading into
yeah,
WrestleMania, and it still feels like it. So this is clear in a way the most important match of the night, and I'm going to be very interested in seeing what happens. I like their little interaction between Jacob and Roman last week, where they kind of came to an agreement about about how this match was going to be, and they're going to fight with respect, I guess. But
yeah,
they were agreeing to basically hold to the rules of tribal combat, and whoever wins will be the head of the table. And Roman was acknowledging that he will be, subservient to Jacob Fatu if he wins it, which I think is a good angle to take going into this. Now I don't know what happened on SmackDown today. I assume they had some sort of interaction, although I kind of hope they didn't. I feel like they've done and said everything that needs to
yeah.
be said.
Yeah, I
But
don't feel like and SmackDown for those who are watching before SmackDown airs has already happened in Italy because of the time change or time difference. Neither Travis and I looked at spoilers. I think you're right. Last week was a very solid, very fitting kind of button up until we get to the match finish for the story. Once we get there, um, so they shouldn't have any interaction. They don't need to have interaction. We could have one of them come out and cut a promo or what have you. But I agree. I think Roman having to bend the knee, having to suck it up and swallow his ego a little bit is something fresh for him and would put a really interesting turn on things. But I think that would require him to be present more often than he usually has been.
hmm,
Because if he loses and he's just never there, what's it matter? Then you've got Jay, Jimmy, Solo, Tama, and the big guy, Killa, Trilla, whatever his name is.
I still have a sneaking suspicion that they're going to get rid of Tama Tonga and Tala Tonga before too long.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I mean that wouldn't shock me. But you have basically Jacob leading everyone but Roman because Roman's never there. I would love to see that, but it would require Roman to do probably more than he wants to do right now.
yeah,
That being said, want to see Jacob win. I think Roman's going to win.
yeah. But one thing I forgot to mention in regards to the Becky Soul match. Becky said earlier today that Soul is not cleared to wrestle this weekend, which she was banged up coming out of that match, Saturday night's main
Yeah.
event. So maybe it's
Oh,
true, or maybe she's just being a heel asshole. I don't think we know.
interesting.
So yeah,
Huh.
who knows how that would play out? But
Maybe we need to take a peek at the SmackDown spoilers and see what's going on.
well, if Maxine Dupree comes out and wrestles Becky Lynch on Sunday, then we'll know that Soul was actually hurt.
Yeah. Oh man,
Or if
that
they were
would
smart, if that were the case, like if she were really hurt, if they were smart, what they would do is they would have Zarya come out and take her place
yeah. Oh
uh,
yeah.
and almost win because
Yeah.
Zarya famously stood in for Sol Ruca down in NXT to defend her title and lost
That's
to
right.
lost Sol's title.
That would be very cool storytelling that I don't think
Yeah,
WWE is capable of anymore.
I know, right? They wouldn't know how to do it. They wouldn't know how to do that because they're
No,
both heels. They wouldn't know how to pull that off. So
nope.
anyway,
The
anyway.
heavy lifting of having to put together a package to explain that to
Oh
educate the
God,
common
yeah,
fan is too much than the production people who might still be around after all the layoffs.
yeah.
Too much for them to handle.
My prediction for this match here, though, I believe that Roman Reigns wins it, and then I don't know what you do with Jacob from there. I really don't know. It's going to be interesting to see him under Roman Reigns's uh, control, I guess, being part of the bloodline properly. I've said before, I think they're going to bring all of them together, including Solo, and make them part of the groups. I think Tama and Tala are going to eventually turn on Solo, um,
Yeah,
and break up that little group, which is, I mean, practically broken up already anyway, because two of them have been
yeah, that
released.
yeah, I mean, it's going nowhere. Like they're
Going nowhere.
feuding with Royce Keys or whatever. Who knows what's going on with that.
Yeah, I feel like
So yeah,
they might turn on him and side with Royce Keys against Solo. And then Solo will come scrambling back to his family because he ain't got no other choice.
yeah,
So I think that might be how this ends up shaking out, and that could be interesting to see Jacob kind of in the Jey Uso position from before, kind of
yeah,
underneath Roman, but wanting to be on his own and wanting to fight for to be the man himself, kind of like Jay had to do to
yeah.
establish himself. I think that's kind of the direction Jacob's going to be going in, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, man. Any last thoughts before we get out of here?
I think we talked about it. Did we talk about it on the show? Regardless, I think we're going to see a surprise in Italy. Not 100% sure what it is. Not sure it's going to be a debut.
Is it
Not
Santino
sure.
Morella? It's Santino
I
Morella.
saw that rumor. Gotta hope that's not what I. The only surprise we get. If we see the Santino, fine. He comes. If they do a little comedy bit with Santino where he whips out the Cobra again and does it to whoever, does it to
Yeah.
the Miz. There you go. There's that comedy spot. Or oh god, you have him in
Danhausen.
Danhausen.
Danhausen. Yep.
Him and Danhausen. Okay, fine. But I think we see
Santino
another,
comes
and
out in
maybe that.
Danhausen makeup.
Yes. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, why not? I was gonna. Yeah, okay, that works.
Yeah, it would work.
I think we do see a CM Punk return. Maybe that's the big surprise, but I feel like we're going to see something we're not expecting.
Yeah, I agree with you.
How about
All right,
you?
folks. That's our predictions for Clash to Italy. It is this Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Figure out what it is for you, wherever your time zone is.
If you're watching on the
Yeah,
East Coast, enjoy breakfast with Clash.
yeah. I'm Travis. That is Dave. We are the 5 Star Wrestlecast. Chris is going to join us this week. We'll see him next time, probably for the post Clash to Italy show. I'm sure he'll be there for that. Thanks,
Oh yeah,
everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you listen to us on podcast, be sure to subscribe to that as well. It all helps us out a lot. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.
take it easy.